Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 17 of our favorite rock guitar teams of all time. 31 days in October. Our 31 favorite guitar teams in classic rock, hard rock, heavy metal, prog rock, all the different rock formations, right? We're talking about two or more folks who play guitar together, either as lead players together or one great lead player, one great rhythm player, maybe two great lead players, one great rhythm player, right? Any kind of combination, but the thing is, for the time that they were together, whether it was a long time or a short time, they made history together. So this particular duo worked on 5 albums together. I've got 4 to show you because four of them, well, 3 of these are really, really good. One's okay, the other one not so much. But these two guys kind of set the world on fire for a bit and up the ante of what the kind of ferocious guitar firepower you could deliver within the thrash metal genre. Of course, I'm talking about Megadeth, and I'm talking about Dave Mustaine and Marty Friedman. Of course, Marty Friedman, the first album that they appeared on together was the Rust in Peace album. So Marty Friedman essentially replaced Jeff Young in Megadeth. Jeff Young replaced Chris Poland. There you have 2 other, insane matchups on guitar. No disrespect to those at all, but for my money, the duo that really kind of made it happen in a big way and did it for a number of years, roughly about almost a decade together, was Mustaine and Friedman. Friedman, of course, came over. He was working with Jason Becker for a couple of years, right? Doing some crazy things on Shrapnel Records with Cacophony and whatnot. So Rust in Peace, like I said, is the first album that they did together and probably the best, or arguably the greatest one, depending on what you like, right? But as far as like the ridiculously crazy, complex, fast and melodic thrash metal, and quite progressive. I mean, you could arguably say that much of this album is just as much thrash as it is prog metal. So many great songs on here. Holy War's The Punishment Due, Hangar 18, Five Magics, Lucretia, Tornado of Souls, of course, Dawn Patrol. I mean, the whole album is just an absolute gem. There they are. Okay, you can see the 2 bookending there, right? Nick Menz and Dave Ellison in between. And both, extremely capable lead players. In fact, more than capable lead players, although it's pretty much, well known that Marty Friedman was the absolute, drop-dead virtuoso in this duo. But, Mustaine also a very good lead player and a just creator of insanely killer riffs. So between the 2 of them, firing back and forth between these blazing, melodic solos and all the intricate riff-o-rama going on, just groundbreaking stuff here. Of course, they followed that up with Countdown to Extinction, where they maybe draw back a little bit on the complexity and bringing more of like an arena metal sound to the equation here. Some great things on here, Skin of My Teeth, Symphony of Destruction, Architecture of Aggression, killer song, Foreclosure of a Dream, the kind of semi-hit Sweatin' Bullets, title track, Psychotron. I mean, more classic stuff there. And then, of course, you got Euthanasia. So all these came out within, a couple of years from each other, right? So the Megadeth were pretty, throughout the 90s, a new album every 2 years or so, pretty much until 99 with Risk, right? Euthanasia's got, of course, Reckoning Day, Train of Consequences, that stop-start riffing type of thing, Addicted to Chaos, A Two Le Mans, I remember everybody talking about that song back in the day, The Killing Road, Elysian Fields, the title track, Black Curtains, Victory, all sorts of great stuff on here. And once again, the duo showing just, how well they really mesh together. Just breathtaking guitar solos from both guys, Friedman especially, but for the most part, they both would play plenty of leads on these albums. And man, just the way the riffs were kind of created and how they, worked well together with the blazing leads flying about. Just really, really good stuff. And then creative writings, probably the last of what I would call the kind of successful, even though this is not a great album like these 3 are, in my opinion anyway. Still plenty of really good stuff on here, as well. You got Almost Honest, Mastermind is really good, Sin, She-Wolf, Vortex. By here, that it's the 90s, late 90s, music is really changing. Thrash metal is not really top of mind for most people. Of course, this is in the midst of alternative and new metal, and grunge is already kind of come and gone, right? They put out Risk 2 years after this one, and that one completely goes down different avenues and really is embracing kind of like the alternative music movement. Maybe shouldn't have been a Megadeth album, but give him props for trying something a little bit different. And that was the Swan Song album with Marty Friedman. He would go on to leave, and then of course Dave would bring in a long line of different guitar players over the next decade or so. Now of course Kiko Loriera is in the band, and he's been in the band for a few years now, so it's good to see some kind of solidity there. But considering for Chris Broderick and a whole bunch of other guys kind of came and went there for a bit. But so there you have it. That is my pick for today. Really, really great guitar players who worked really, really well together, and arguably worked together during the greatest period of time in the history of Megadeth. So Marty Friedman and, of course, founder Dave Mustaine. You got the classic Rest in Peace. You got the amazing Countdown. You got the really, really strong Euthanasia. And you got the pretty good Cryptic Writings. Okay, 4 killer albums, and if you want to throw Risk in there, you got 5 altogether that these guys worked on. So, excuse me, early in the morning, guys. So there you have my pick for today, my guitar duo for the day, the Megadeth crew of Dave Mustaine and Marty Friedman. Let us know what you think of these two cats down in the comments below. But also give us your pick for day 17 as we move on through the end of the month, right? We are more than halfway through the month, so what's coming, you might ask? Well, check in and see tomorrow, right? Make sure you hit that like button before you leave us, and visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell. We also have the links below to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, as well as our merch page, where you can get a whole bunch of different Sea of Tranquility shirts and hoodies and caps and hats and all sorts of fun stuff. So lots of different designs and logos and cool stuff, metal stuff, prog stuff, Hudson Valley Squares in the Prog Sea. We've got some comic book user shirts there as well. So all sorts of great stuff at our at our merch page. So please go check that out and see what we got. And a lot of it's now available on Amazon as well. So there are links directly from the link below to the Amazon store where we're selling our Sea of Tranquility shirts. So go check them out, and we'll see you tomorrow morning with another of our favorite rock guitar teams of all times. Till then, take care, everybody. Stay tuned tonight for the Hudson Valley Squares. I am Pete Pardo. Take care. Bye-bye.